Hey folks, Rob back, and it's another Rob Plays, and this time I am looking at Zed, at least for the UK folk. For the US folk, this was called Zed Pilot, developed by none other than Chris Butler, coming out, published by Rhino Marketing in 1985. It reminds you actually of one of his earlier games, probably a game he did before this called Hyper Circuit. I'll have a card thingy linking that, at least tech-wise. So the basic idea is you attract Zed, which is basically some kind of just... It's very vague what it actually is. And your job is to blast your way through 4 levels of alien chaos, like you can see here, and basically defeat a giant mothership. Now, in the first 3 stages, what you need to do, you can see, I think to the right, I'm just sort of, well, that green square, that's basically a hyperwarp, the transporter pad. You need to get to that to move on to the next stage. To do that, you need to blast through the green wall. And to blast through the green wall, you need to acquire bombs. And to acquire bombs, it's one of those... Oh yes, you need to shoot down 10 enemies. Once you shoot down 10, like every 10 you shoot, one of those bomb carriers will appear. You blast that, and then you quickly nab the bomb. And you can sort of see on the gauge at the bottom, there's the bombs meter underneath my energy. And now, when you have that, you line up and hit space to blow a hole in the wall. And the idea is you need to just acquire enough bombs to blow a big enough hole in the wall that you can fly through. So that's really it. So let's line up and use the 2 bombs. I have to try and build a bigger hole whilst avoiding being blasted. Ooh, that's good. Damn it. Oh, no, I hit. Okay, let's try and get some bombs. So one of the things I really like, for this era, 1985, you know, being pretty much when I think we sort of really saw developers tapping the CST4 power properly. And this is one of those games where there isn't much to it. I mean, there is 4 levels. Then the first 3 really just differ visually in terms of their nuts. I was hoping I could actually sneak through, but I think you've got to have 4 shots to do that. So I'm going to try and build up another shot, another bomb, and see if I can do it. But you know, 1985 was really where the 64, like I feel like the capabilities were really starting to be understood by European developers. And so this, you know, this is really smooth in terms of its presentation, in terms of its control scheme. I really love the inertia. First stage is done. We walk on to the second stage, we get an energy refill. And we're on the second stage. And I love that, you know, there's a nice little visual element to it in terms of each stage having its own different design. Although the 4th stage, from what I understand, I haven't seen it. From what I've seen, apparently it's meant to be just like a pure black void. So let's keep going. You know what? Try. You can see these get harder, and particularly there's those sort of they're not really motherships because they're nothing compared to the final boss. But these ones are really painful. They're the purple ones that just spray. You can sort of have a look as well. Something that's really handy is that it's slow, but you do regain energy, so that's very helpful. That's another life gone. Alright, last life. It's a very short and simple game. I mean, I think this really... It's still early enough to be, to sort of have that quaintness about it. But it's certainly got its limitations, and it's more about, you know, some kind of brutal difficulty at points rather than being all about, let's see if we can get past more of the shield. Okay, coming up. 2. Let's get away. Those damn purple ships. And more about the you know, a simpler design than... Oh, I've really got to look at my spacebar, because I feel like it's kind of wearing out a bit. Alright. Oh, energy's low, the bomb. Darn it, yeah. When you shoot the bomb out of the carrier, if you don't collect it quickly enough, it will just dissipate and fade away. Which is just what happened there, so that's it's always painful. Come on. I see a bomb carrier. Let's get the bomb. Even the bomb, like, you gotta be careful, because until you blast the carrier, if you collide with the bomb, you lose energy. Oh no, that's game over. I really hate that sort of thing where it's like, games have 3 lives or 2 lives left. I'd rather it be lives left, so when it says 0, you know you're on your last life. Anyway, let's have another run. Actually, like, this is simple. I mean, it's a simple game that I think, had it come out later than this, it probably would not have gotten decent reviews. I think it got some alright reviews in Zap, but it might have been too early to actually check. I forgot to check that box prepping. And this has really been one of those, covering this as a bit of a filler because things have been a little too chaotic in the towers at the moment. I kind of want to just leave it at that for now. Anyway. So the visuals are pretty nice. I mean, one of the things I love is that the bullets, I've never felt that I haven't been able to see bullets. There's some sort of shooters and action games where that can be apparent. Here it feels like they're always visible. Yeah, some great color palette choices made by Butler here in designing it. Let's line up, get another shot here. Said let's line up. Fortunately, I think I've got to look at the spacebar on my 64. It's starting to wear out a bit, I think. Which, oh well, considering it's not a surprise. Maybe I should look at one of those mech boards or something. Which, if you haven't heard about, the mech board 64 is a little project that a chap is putting together that basically replaces the actual keyboard connections. Ah, darn it, missed that. But it replaces the keyboard connections with a modern mechanical keyboard, so you get a modern keyboard that could still feel like the original keys, but it's modern key switches, things like that. I think that's a really nice project. One I've really got to try and put some organize acquiring, because I think, especially for my main machine that I'm using for the channel and for capture, it would be a good see, you take damage from hitting that. But the mech board is nice for my main workhorse machine that I'm capturing this on, because hey, you do get to give it a fair bit of use. It is annoying that when you die that the bomb by a bomb carrier that it disappears. So, but let's blast away. Ah, darn it, missed that. It's a simple enough challenge, and I think that I really like the way it comes together. I know this is a game that's got a lot of longevity, just because it kind of can be a little too frustrating at points. But I really like the mechanics. Yeah, it's smooth scrolling, smooth controls, nice. The inertia doesn't feel too painful. There's no music, but the sound effects are pretty crisp. Pretty much all you want. Alright, we've got a hole open, so let's fly through. Yeah, now on to stage 2 again. Let's see if we can beat stage 2 this time. I think that the jump, because there's so few levels, the difficulty jump does feel a little bit of a spike. Alright, where are you, bomb carrier? There you are. Yeah, one bomb. Try and earn a fair few before trying to do a bombing pass. These dark critters are nothing but trouble. 2. Yeah, those purple ones are the worst. I really wish they weren't on this stage, but if I were doing a level balance, I would probably not make them as frequent on this stage, because I think if they're too frequent, you just really get destabilized quickly. And that's kind of what's happening to me right now. Alright, 3 bombs. The other thing I like as well is that it's a free scrolling playfield, but it doesn't feel. Probably shouldn't have wasted that second bomb. Alright, at least you still keep your bombs when you die. That's always a good thing. But now I've got to try and line up and. Okay, that's good. And there's a bomb. Alright, I think if we line it up right, we might be able to blast a hole in the wall. No. Alright, now we're critical. I kind of wish your energy recharge rate, because you don't. There's a lot of things where I think balance would matter. I mean, this is, and I admit, when I'm looking at the design here, it's what I would do, and that, of course, is, a bit more modern design sensibility, which I know can be divisive. Darn it! Darn it! I was hoping to get that one. Oh, I was hoping to get through. I was so close! So there we go, that's Zed. It's a simple, slight shooter that is a lot better than you might think, but probably doesn't really have long-term stay. It's one that's pretty fun. I really enjoy playing it, but you know, it's got some more interesting aspects than other shooters at the time, and is pretty darn smooth to play. So I think I'm going to wrap it there. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you soon.